I'm Ian Rush and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Let's go to Ilori. So all of a sudden, Ilori's right back here.
Yeah.
To the point we've defined. He's within a matchday squad. Yes.
We've conclusive proof that he exists. And he's played 2 games for us, and he was actually a lot better last night than he was in the first leg.
Yes.
I think that was mostly to do with the pitch and the players obviously knowing each other a bit better.
And not playing footy as well. You know, he got to what, 70 odd minutes.
And he had to be yanked.
He looked absolutely finished. And he had nothing to do by comparison really against Exeter in the second in the replay. But you know, he was fine. He's there or thereabouts. Now, all that being said, Stephen Colker is clearly in the first team squad. Kolo Touré has been fine when called upon, and Sakho's available. I don't see that he gets. I don't think he's done anything that suggests he's going to figure in any games other than perhaps the next
FA Cup game, maybe against West Ham.
West Ham.
Would you throw him in?
When you've got even if you only had those 3 centre halves available, do you think Ilori even gets in the matchday squad?
I think he's an able 4th choice, whilst Lovren and Skirtle are injured,
which makes him 6th choice.
Which makes him 6th choice, but he was 6th choice at Villa, and without being too egotistical, because we are the lofty heights of 9th in the Premier League, but they are rock bottom. Yeah. 6th choice at Villa, 6th choice at Liverpool. His market value's gone up a touch. I think we brought him back because we were in dire straits for just that FA Cup game. We needed bodies. Klopp's had a look at him now, which he never would have had. He'll have a judgment on him. You never know. He screams last day, deadline day, January, loan out again, or possibly sale. Yeah. But that's better for... Look, he's not getting a game with Villa. They wanted to terminate his loan. We weren't going to terminate it until then. Yeah. If he can go somewhere where he will get a game, whether that's in Spain or whether it's back in Portugal or in France again.
He looks about 2 stone too light to be a Premier League centre-half. Yeah. He's a streak of piss, basically. And because obviously we watched the first Exeter game on the telly, and seeing him in the flesh at Anfield, for the first time, he was fine. His pace got him out on a couple of opportunities, which is good. That again, it's fine. It's what it's there for to some extent. But he did nothing wrong. But I actually thought Enrique looked the better of the 2 centre halves in terms of just trying stuff. And I know he was there were no shackles on Jose Enrique, and there never are. Because he does have the barrel chest for that Superman shackle smashing the DC logo. But maybe that, he was playing within himself or whatever. But he just looked a bit. And like I say, this is weird. This is just my personal opinion. He looked a little bit lightweight. And as I say, if you're looking at what our deficiencies are in terms of the centre back position, we need more commitment. We need more solid in the air, more physicality.
I don't think you're getting that from him.
I don't think so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put him here. Yeah. And he's on the cusp. And by that I mean, if we have another injury crisis, I'd rather have him come in than no one. Yeah.
Then Lloyd Jones, who's also injured, but at that point he might be.
Exactly. So I don't see that he's going to be. If we'd drawn Northampton or Wickham or whatever in the fourth round, I'd have him in the squad.
The winners of Bolton and the Eastleigh when it came out, you'd have been like, it's going to probably be Ilori, and by that point, Ilori and Touré at the back, because you wouldn't have to play Enrique, and it rhymes. It's got that rhythmic to it. But again, just in the terms of obviously for the format, if you'd have bought stock in Ilori, you're cashing out. Because you've gone from gone from minus 42 to 0. Yeah. He's no longer losing you money because he was the complete forgotten man. Yeah. And in terms of maybe getting potential value for him, I don't think he's done us any harm the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in possibly recouping some money.
Much like the Enrique thing, I think that what they've done there is proven that if you took the wages out of the equation, if you have a major crisis, there's no issue throwing them in there. Yeah. Fine, they've proven their worth, however little it might be, relatively speaking. Fine, like I said, I've got no problems with Ilori whatsoever. But if I was to put him, if I stood him in a lineup alongside Stephen Corker, Kolo Touré, Mamadou Sakho, Dejan Lovren and Martin Skirtle, he would look like a small boy. Yeah. And he's not in types of heights, but there's nothing to him.
I'm imagining that lineup, and he's the Kevin Spacey GIMP character in The Usual Suspects, isn't he? out of that lineup, you know. Colo's...
Or is that Jose? Yeah.
Yeah, or is that Jose? Yeah. Colo's definitely the Benicio del Toro of the bunch, but...
Give him Van Kaxag, what the fuck? Yeah, that. So, yeah, I can say, I think... I'm not sure where Ilori gets his opportunities, is all I'm saying there. And you're right, is that what he's done, like Enrique though, is that he's shown that if we had to absolutely throw someone, if we're going to keep him, it's not the end of the world. But what he's also done is put himself in the shop window a little bit, and there might be a club that comes in and goes, we wouldn't mind a little look at him. He exists. He's getting football. Getting football is better than getting no football. So
exactly.
There's that. So. And I think this guy,
he's the big gain, isn't he? Yeah.
The standout competitor. He's absolutely gone. First of all, let's throw him straight in there as a starting point. He's right in there. He's playing games for Liverpool. He's coming off the bench. He's being used.